Then another word of the root text will be here is that it is none the expert, what is then through personal self-knowing. That is like, also a little bit difficult words, because this soso rongri eji kyoil pas self-awareness or self-understanding, the really genuine, what's called this ultimate truth is that only, self-experiences or self kind of realizations. All others, how to say like this, masters, they're showing some examples, methods, but really genuine things, it has to happen by ourselves. So therefore, here says that very profound, vast, such meanings are beyond the conceptualizations or conceptual thoughts or ordinary mind, they cannot see. It has to be more like, how you could say, it comes through the meditation, through the wisdom, particularly meditation wisdom. Then we gain, self-realizations or self-experiences. So therefore, so when they're talking about the learned one, means more like ordinary beings, ordinary mind, and this relative thought cannot understand. Need to be some such kind of noble ones or really genuine practitioners. That's why they're talking about, I think, none to expert thought or something. Why they're telling us here. Then it needs to be keep on papa namjis. So such that who really understood of the meaning. So some our practitioners, they know a lot of words, and then we are just, extend words by words and words by words, now like English, Tibetan, Sanskrit, Finnish, and word become like endless, If your word is actually just some kind of symbol to try to find meaning, if we lost that meaning and still we are just analyzing the words, then this we call, that people is just only known as word Dharma, word Dharma. So that kind of person here says that cannot find the true natures. So therefore, more like who really find the genuine meaning, and that we call, learned one, noble one, and they by themselves, the wisdom, self-awareness of wisdom, they can see themselves directly, experientially, etc. So, so there's like from seeing path to the meditation path, normal and path. So already seeing path, then the noble ones, they can experience of the true nature directly. Still the meditation path, 9 boomings, they have to meditate and improve more and more, deep and deep. Then eventually the normal land path or 11th booming are totally the enlightenment, and they perfectly, completely only Buddhas can see, but already, the Bodhisattvas, they have already seen, above the same path, they already have experience of the true nature of mind. And so that's why I think they are talking about that it is none to expert through personal self, knowing. So expert through personal means, expert means like more noble ones. Soso rongri, ye soso, that this self, I don't know what they really exactly translated. Personal self-knowing, okay. Personal self-knowing, express a little bit more. This personal means it's not mixed with others or something, So like yourself. self. So in that case, like in, so maybe this, I think, the Bhagavan what he explain here is little bit is special way. Here says personal has the meaning not mixed in the others. That means reality never mixed something. Reality is always itself. Reality. So not mixed others. And the self has the meaning, the empty of those objects. So now that reality has aspect of the emptiness, and that like here the self is not like me here, but self has the meaning, the empty of those objects, unmistake. And then knowing has the meaning, self. Tibet word so wrong means now self, and here the wrong means self. Self kind of explained as object, and rig means knowing or seeing. So here knowing has the meaning to see that object. That personally self-knowing, personal meaning is not mixture. That is, like reality, it never mixture with anything. So self is no more object of the aspect of emptiness of that. And rig means subject and to understand of that. Okay? So when you put it together goes like this. It says consciousness that works by being consciousness of other like I consciousness registered verses and so on will not know the profound Dharma by. So anyway, this translation or these things I'm not sure exactly, but that generally if you see something we need object and then subject and then we see something. The reality, if we go put that way, is you never see reality. Reality we have to bring into everything within this momentary of the awareness. So that is like I think how we need to think, okay? So there's no like object and subject really like what we see the Pumba or cup and these kind of things in the reality level. So that's why self arising, knowing, or and so on and so forth. So wrong be ye don't then be sure in be tomo and then because of that, I think here is also one which a little more express this self knowing of wisdom is he talking about not mixed with other means like there's not mixed with samsara, not mixture with samsara. Maybe that is also one thing. However, I think when you read this, I think you can understand quite well. Okay, here now extensive explanations showing that the definition mental reliance, right? Two aspects again, and then here the Dhamma spoken by the Bhagavat serve well for times. So now here is, I think one word is taming, well for taming, serve well for taming. So the commentary make little clarified. Taming means in the generally is Vinaya. Vinaya teachings generally we names as taming, taming. General of the Vinaya teachings, like monk ethic and things like that. But in here, what is saying is that taming is not only explaining Vinaya teachings, but taming means like more Dharma can tame Any dharmas can tame. Mahayana, Vajrayana, Vinayana, every dharma is for tame of the sentient beings. Taming of sentient beings, tame of the sentient beings. So he put little bit clarified here because some people they like this taming is only they translate as Vinaya, so he don't accept that. Sorry, now I lost my computer things. So, c'était la kajin de nyamda, sonji ji chuna lala ponso yobatens. Then I think here, lala mebaten, lala nyinga den, lala nyimete mazon, taiba yeden de kanyamnas. Then I think here, Buddha taught to different people, different dharmas. Like very beginners, Buddha says there is self, and you need to take very good care of self. And he says there is aggregates, and this aggregate is impermanent. And then one up there, then he said there's no self. And then even go up, Buddha says there's no self, but we think we have self because we have 5 aggregates. And then more deep, he says there's no 5 aggregates. And then more deep, there's no such really truly existing phenomena. So he took many different levels. And then if somebody says that if somebody thinks that we cannot really rely on the Buddha's teaching because he took various different things, which is very contradiction to me, I have confused it. That was the we ordinary beings said like things. Then Buddha says, if you don't, the Maharaj says that don't think that way. Because Buddha is really semi-chief. This I don't know how to translate, okay? Semi-chief. Semi-chief is what he translated. I want to know that, okay? However, this is not the case. The Buddha Bhagavat being of validated connection, okay, validated connection. And that means really logically approved. And today we talk about scientific approved. He is the correct person. So that is how this word, this word exactly what they call this. Well, it went now. Bhagavat being validated connection is exactly that, Scientific proof. That is the like same meaning, same things. So, such this, and he taught this depends on the people's capacity, capacity. I think today we could say we wear clothes depends of the weathers, I think say, and every these clothes shops they explains, announced, this cloth is very good, and then they talk a lot of, good reasons. And this jacket is very good because windproof, waterproof, and this jacket is very good, -35 and something. So all are correct. But if I bring this, which that you can wear -25 cloth, big jacket, bring into India, then I am stupid, So, but that doesn't, we cannot complain to this, cloth shop because they are talking about depends of the weathers and times and so on and so forth. So likewise, I think this Buddha's teaching, we talk about depends of the capacity of faculty, mind, and, seed, and etc. is like that. So therefore, so Buddha himself knows exactly what kind of dharma. So he talked to them, and temporarily he gets something, benefit also. If they temporarily don't get benefit, Buddha won't talk, but eventually it will be also bringing into up levels. If this have not happening, he won't talk. So therefore, why he talk, every sentient being is different, because there's 2 benefits. Temporarily for him or her, that is the best things. And eventually, this he or she is bringing into the high levels. So therefore, Buddha took all kind of teachings, and he says, and eventually everyone has to bring into the enlightenment. And in Chandrakirti's book says, eventually there's one path, one yana to really enlightenment. There's no three yanas, three different roads. We have such kind of highway. If you really go, there's also ring road. And if you want to go to, no matter how much you go around the ring road, so some point you have to into Turku highway if you want to go to Turku, there's only one road. But before that, there's many roads. You can go in, out, and things like that. So all yanas are like that. There is a ring road, and in the ring road, three Kolmekea and Kaksikea, Yuksikea, but eventually it's one road to come out somewhere you need to go to. Okay? So it's Buddhas are like that. So eventually everyone has to be bring into the Buddhahood, one path, Mahayana path, etc. However, temporarily they are very different, but there's not contradictions, not harms. Instead of harm, they are helps, supporters. So that's the we need to understand. Okay.